Okay, we're going to talk about this Proactive Purity app. So let's say someone has sent you the link to this. I'm just going to go up to the About menu, which shows that link, that web link right there. I'm going to click on it, and you can see people may have texted this link to you, or I'm just going to copy it so I can show you how to put it into your own browser. But in the top left here will also be the QR code. I can click that, and maybe you've scanned the QR code from somebody. I'm going to jump over to my web browser and just type it in. So let's get a new tab. I'm going to paste in that link and go. It'll take you to the Proactive Purity app, to the leaderboard, but in order to have it operate like an app and be saved to your home screen, there's a icon down in the bottom middle. It has that box with an arrow sticking out. Click that, and it'll ask you, what do you want to basically do with this web page? And we're going to save it to home screen. See the add to home screen? Click that. Here's the name. We get to choose what name we want it to have, and it has that link right there. But what it does when it adds it to the home screen is it makes it look no longer like it's within a browser. It looks like it's its own app when you open it. So I'm going to open it, and we're going to go right to the leaderboard, and we can see this is like built on transparency, so you can see who is doing well and who is not. And this is kind of like for a goal to bring things into the light. But let's say we want to add ourselves. So we find a line that says tap to add yourself. And then the top right corner, there's a pencil, which means gives you the opportunity to edit it. So let's see. My name is Goliath. It can be a name you want, or your real name, or it can just be something that is an anonymous one. I know this is a sensitive app, sensitive subject, so then you have a place to put in your cell phone code or telephone number so that people can reach out to you in case of emergencies if they need a lifeline. And so here we are. We're Goliath. Right now we're at 0 points, so we have a guy hiding behind a hill. And, okay, it'll ask you, okay, so, like, not now with that. That's just using this platform for the first time. It might show you that. And then evergreen points are different resources we want people to familiarize themselves with, and they are 50 points that are added to your overall score. But we haven't added the lectures yet. We plan on maybe adding some other resources that you can build up your overall score with. But as far as daily points go, these will be added into your overall score each time you submit them, and they are divided by the number of times, like the overall score is divided by the number of times that you submit. So let's say my first challenge was to not take a second look, and let's say I did okay with that today. I took a couple second looks that weren't super, they were a little bit sexually driven. And devotional time, I did okay. It wasn't very long, only it was 10 minutes or something. And am I able to recite the 5 Bible verses in the resources tab? Let's see, I can recite 4 of them out of 5, and we'll show you the resources tab down there in the bottom right later. Do loving acts for people today. Let's see, I was sort of mean to my neighbor. And we have a few other check boxes here. Some of them good, like if I had an accountability check-in today, just a phone call with a friend talking about how we did as far as purity, that's adding 10 points. You could do another one which adds another 10 points, especially in case we shook the monkey more than was our goal today and maybe did it again. So, but then there's also, if you looked at porn, which is a big debit. It's pretty difficult, and we know that's a battle. That's kind of what we want to stay away from. So then once you have your score for the day, we have our stars and check boxes, we can push submit day's score. Watch the points towards 1,000 go up, and the times submitted goes to 1. The average total is now 11 because we've had 11 points and we've submitted it 1 time. Just to show you how the addition works, if I had added a 50-point one of the resources, that is added to your overall score. So now I have 50 plus 11, which is 61 points. So my daily average is 61, which is amazing. It puts me definitely into the Hulk category. Anything over 17 points puts you into the Hulk category. But, over time, you won't be able to add that 50 points over and over. You just get to add these in over and over. So let's say my next day, this was the score I got, and let's say I messed up. So we have a -6. Now we're going to submit that day's score. Okay, we're down to 27.5 as my average. That's still way above 17, so I'm doing well. But I have to be careful because my points are going to drop fast the next time I submit it. Let's say I did a -26 points for today. Submit that. Now I'm down at 9.6 for my daily average. This puts me at the pirate category. Now I've dropped a couple in position, and on the leaderboard that will reflect it. I will drop a few places on the leaderboard. Let's look at the lifeline now. For the lifeline, if I know that I'm gonna maybe have an emergency, like I'm feeling tempted and it'd be great to text or call someone, I select someone from the list, and their phone number is automatically lined up so that I can text them. If I push this, it'll pull it up and automatically write a text, or I can call them and it'll say call that number, and I can say yes if I want to. And now for this next feature, which is sending points to each other. This is if you've seen someone dropped big time in their score because they messed up today, you can show grace to them by sending them some of your points. So when this feature is ready, you'll be able to select who it's from. And let's see, so who am I? I'm Goliath. Okay, so I'm going to select from me, Goliath, to Duder. And when it's ready, you'll be able to, feature's not working yet, but you'll be able to send points to them. So I'm going to go back to the leaderboard. We can see Goliath. Okay, I dropped, or I'm down in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th place. And okay, so that is the main features of it. Now, if we go down to the bottom right corner where there's the resources tab and click that, we have a list of all of the 5 Bible verses that are related to purity. We have a devotional app, which I've put together, and it puts art with Bible reading. We have a link to Covenant Eyes software, and we have a sex addicts test to see if you need to get some help. That can help you determine that. And then the last link down here is Sexaholics Anonymous page, which shows 12-step groups around Atlanta, but you can also figure out in whatever city you're in. Okay, and then the last tab, the middle bottom tab, Lifeline, it just takes you right to that lifeline, and you can select who you want as your lifeline, and it works the same as before. So there is our Proactive Purity app. Happy using. I hope you and your group are encouraged and challenged to become more pure through this, which is meant to utilize just some basic gamification to help us get better at our daily disciplines, which is what transforms us. It is not the actual works and stars and scores and points that change us. This is just a medium through which to help motivate us to get into our spiritual disciplines and do them well, and that is what changes our hearts.